All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're breaking down a really powerful framework called the Future Self Protocol. It comes from a source known as the Seattled Codex, and it's all about learning to tune into a signal that can guide your life with absolute clarity.
You know those days, right? When everything just clicks. You're totally in the zone, synchronicities are popping up everywhere, and you just know you're on the right path. Well, the Codex calls that a strong signal. And then there are the other times, when you feel stuck, you're second-guessing everything, you're just completely lost. That's a disrupted signal, and this protocol, it's designed to fix that.
So, the big question is, where is this signal even coming from? The whole idea is built on one single, massive concept, your future self. But, and this is the important part, we're not talking about some fluffy motivational poster idea here. The Codex presents this as something way more real.
Okay, so get this. According to the source, your future self is a literal transmitting intelligence. The best way to think about it is like this. There's a version of you who's already beaten the video game you're playing right now. They're operating from a more stable, more advanced point in time, and they're basically reaching back to give you the cheat codes.
And that right there, that's the giant reframe. You can stop trying to guess your way to success. Instead, you're receiving guidance, a clear signal from the version of you who already made it. This completely changes the game from one of struggle and uncertainty to one of just listening and receiving.
Okay, so if your future self is sending you signals, how exactly do you pick them up? What's the antenna? Well, the main tool, your compass for this whole system, is your intuition. But you have to pay attention here, because the way the Codex defines intuition is very, very specific.
First things first, intuition is not a vague feeling. It's not emotion, it's not just instinct. The Codex is super clear on this. It's pure data. Data that's coming from what it calls the event stream. Your brain just encodes this raw data as a feeling because it's way, way faster than language. It's kind of like downloading a massive zip file of information that your body just instantly understands.
Now, this is probably one of the most useful parts, right? How do you tell the difference between that clean signal and all the other noise in your head? Well, true intuition is instant. It's neutral. There's no big emotional charge to it. And it's persistent. It just quietly hangs around. Anxiety, on the other hand, anxiety is loud. It's a drama queen. It comes with a whole dramatic story full of fear and what-ifs. So here's the ultimate test. It's this simple. If you get a message, a quiet little nudge, that just keeps showing up over and over again, and there's no big, scary story attached to it, bingo. That's the signal. That's your intuition. Your only job is to listen to it, not to analyze it to death.
But here's the catch. What happens when you actually start to listen to that quiet signal? You'd think it would be smooth sailing, right? Not exactly. According to the Codex, that is the precise moment when resistance shows up. It calls these obstacles temporal predators. Now, we're not talking about actual monsters. Think of them more like patterns of self-sabotage, that sudden crippling doubt, the weird urge to quit, all the stuff that kicks in the second you step outside your comfort zone. These forces pop up with one simple goal, to sever the connection between you and your future self.
But the cool thing is, they're predictable. You can see them coming. They almost always show up at 3 key points. First, right before you even start, to fill you with so much doubt you never take the first step. Second, right after you've built up a little momentum, to make you think it was all just a fluke. And third, this is the big one, when you are inches away from a massive breakthrough.
So the Codex offers this fantastic piece of advice. When things suddenly get really hard or weird, right when you're making the most progress, don't panic, smile. Because that chaos is actually a sign. It means you're getting so close to your goal that the old system, the status quo, can't ignore you anymore. It's actually confirmation that you're on exactly the right track.
Okay, so recognizing the obstacles is half the battle. Now we need the antidote, and that antidote is action. The whole philosophy for pushing through this resistance is governed by something called the law of the first move.
This right here is the core principle. The idea is that reality isn't static. It's not just sitting there. It responds to you. The Codex says that by taking even one tiny step that's aligned with your intuition, you literally force reality to recalculate and shift around your new position. You're the one who makes the first move. And here's the bottom line on that. You can sit around and plan all day, but that gets you nowhere. The universe doesn't fund plans, it funds movement. You don't wait for the whole path to appear before you start walking. You take the first step into the fog, and then the next stone appears.
Action is the only currency that really matters. So, if taking action is the law, how do you actually put it into practice? Well, the Codex gives you a practical toolkit to help you out. It's a set of rituals designed to strengthen your signal and keep you anchored, especially when that resistance gets intense.
So here's the first one, the anchoring ritual. This is like your emergency reset button for when doubt and fear are screaming at you. It's 3 simple steps. First, breathe. In for 4 seconds, hold for 2, and a long exhale for 6. This literally calms your nervous system. Second, touch. Put your palm flat over your heart to ground yourself. And third, speak. Say the words out loud. My future self has already succeeded.
And it is so important that you get this part. This is not a wish. You're not just hoping it's true. The Codex calls this a timeline claim. It is a declarative act. You are stating a fact that from your future self's perspective is already true. By saying it, you're aligning with that reality and pulling it into your present moment.
The second tool in the kit is a daily practice, the Navigator's Oath. It's just one powerful sentence that you say to declare your allegiance to your own evolution. Just saying this once a day helps align your energy and lock in your commitment.
And that one simple oath does so much. It's a sword to cut through all the doubt and noise. It's a key to unlock the next part of your path. And it's a shield to protect you from those temporal predators we talked about earlier.
So, as we bring this all together, the final message from this protocol completely flips our whole idea of fate and destiny right on its head. See, we tend to think that we're just waiting around for our destiny to unfold for us.
But what if it's the other way around? What if your actions, your choices, your connection to that future self is so powerful that you're actually outrunning your old fate? What if destiny isn't something you're waiting for, but something that's racing to catch up to you? Now that's a question to leave you with.